Om. 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 Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavtu Me Sada. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
When you're ready, ready, ready. Good evening, Malay Vanakkam and Namaste to all those who have joined in this evening for the children's quiz time. Our special welcome to all you children who are joining us for this short quiz on the Ramayana. Today we will be completing the 9th and penultimate day of the 10-day inaugural Singapore Festival of Hinduism, SFH 2020. And this evening's event is event number 20 of the 23 events in this festival. Now, the Ramayana is probably the most widely told historical event in humanity, and it is recalled in almost every corner of Asia and in every continent where the Indian diaspora is residing or thriving. The Ramayana is not just another story, but rather the life story of the greatest Adarsha Purusha, or ideal human being who ever lived on this earth, showing us all what it means to live to one's highest ideals and values. Earlier, exactly a week ago, at this very timing, there was the book launch of Ramayana 108, a book written in an easily readable style, covering 108 or so questions asked about the Ramayana. The book can be ordered from Hindu Center Singapore website for a very modest price. It is now my pleasure this evening to introduce Sri Krishna Premi Swamigal Satsangam Singapore and Mr. Ganesh, who will be helping conduct this competition. For conducting this festival's competition, Hindu Center had no hesitation at all in inviting Sri Krishna Premi Swamigal Satsangam Singapore, also known as Brahma Sabha, as our festival partner. Brahma Sabha, under the supreme guidance of the founder, Sadguru Sri Krishna Premi Swamigal, has been creating, rejuvenating the awareness of Sanatana Dharma principles amongst all Hindus living outside and inside India. One of the initiatives under this objective is to kindle the inquisitiveness and eagerness amongst the younger generations so that the time-honored value systems that symbolize our dharma and way of life can be inculcated from a tender age. I would now also like to say a few words about our quiz master for this evening, Shri P.V. Ganesh. Ganesh ji is an engineering IT professional and has been actively part of various satsang activities in Singapore and India. He is passionate, and I can assure you about that, the way he's been working for this quiz and for the competitions. He's very passionate and about also studying in-depth, diverse aspects of our ancient spiritual practices in Sanatana Dharma. Now, without further ado, over to you, Ganesh ji.
Good evening, Radhe Krishna, Namaste to everybody. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. This fine evening, we have many people who have joined here all over the world to take part in the quiz event. I sincerely thank the Hindu Center for organizing this event, and on behalf of the Krishna Premi Swamigal Satsangam Brahma Sabha Singapore. As Sadashivanji said, Ramayana is the epic of our humanity. So it is cherishing human values and how the social values to be conducted and welfare of everybody in the universe. So we're going to start today And we're going to start today with the certain rules and regulations of how we're going to play the quiz. I'm going to share my screen and talk through some of the important points. All right, I hope you're able to see my screen now. Is it right? Okay, so we're going to first talk. I'm going to highlight a few important points about the Ramayana quiz. So as you all know, we're going to conduct the quiz through the YouTube. So most of you have logged into the quiz program through the YouTube here. And the quiz questions will be shown here in the YouTube screen. And you will be answering to the questions via the Kahoot app. So remember that you have a different device where you log into the Kahoot application, right? So make sure that you don't press anything until you see the question on the YouTube screen. So read the question, take your time, and then answer it in your phone or in the other device where you are entering the answers in the Kahoot application. So there will be a delay because the answer picking up in the Kahoot will show up fast and it will come up first, but the question will come a little bit later because we are doing this the first time in the YouTube and there is a delay between Zoom and YouTube. So please make sure that you remember that and do not press anything. Okay. So as we played in the previous events, some of you have joined us again. So we're going to have a total of 16 questions. The first 2 questions are practice questions. So that will be of 60 seconds and there will be no score for those 2 questions, just for you to get acclimatized with the way how we played this game and this quiz program. And after the 2 questions, there will be 14 questions for the quiz and each will have 90 seconds for you to answer. So if all the participants complete the answering earlier, I'm going to skip it or go quick to the next question. So after the first 7 quiz questions, I will invite the panelists. We have esteemed panelists who have joined in for the evening. I will invite them to give us a short take on what they feel about the whole program and about the questions. So you can know from the eminent people on how we reach the Ramayana questions. So the scores will be automatically determined by the Kahoot app. Remember, the quicker the answer is entered, higher will be the score. Okay, so read the question carefully on the YouTube screen and then patiently answer it on the mobile device or the device where you enter the score in Kahoot application. I'll show the Kahoot game pin in a short while once we start that. All right, so once again, I'm reminding everybody there will be a slight delay of 25 seconds. So make sure that you read the question on YouTube and answer it on the Kahoot app or in the Kahoot login. So when I prepared this slide, it was 110 registered participants. Now we have exceeded. We have around 118 participants around the world who are joined in this program. So soon you're going to see their names coming up in the Kahoot when I start the game pin, when I share the game pin, and once you all log in. Make sure that you enter the nickname that you have registered in the Kahoot. When you're entering into the Kahoot, you have to enter the nickname. You must enter the same nickname that you're given in the registration. If you give some fancy names, I won't be able to recognize your name with your nickname against your email ID or contact number, and it will be very difficult for us to communicate in future. So please enter the same thing so that I know who is logging in. All right, so now let's okay, I want to talk about the Ramayana quiz prizes. So the top 3 scorers will get a prize for this event. And they will also, the top 3 will also get a certificate. All right, so with this, I will now start the Kahoot game pin. So give me a second, I'll switch and bring out the screen here. I hope you're able to see my screen. And I'm going to turn on, and in a minute or two, you're going to see the game pin. All right, so this is the game pin. I'm also going to. All right, so this is the game pin, and you're going to see. I'm going to send this game pin in the YouTube in the chat as well. Some of you have joined in the chat, so I'm going to send it in the chat as well. All right, I see many people are joining in. That's good. That's a very there is a quick active participation coming in. It's awesome to see. All right, so we have 51 participants, now 53, 56. We are zooming in up. Welcome, welcome everybody, welcome. All right, so 66 participants so far. 68. So we'll give 2 or 3 more minutes for others to join in. Since we have 100 over the registered users across the world, they may have some time to, they may take some time to log in into the Kahoot and get acclimatized with the whole thing. So let's give them 2 more minutes. All right, so we have many people joining in. That's very good start for now. 75, 76. I see that we have 88 people watching it, and there are 77 who have joined in into the Kahoot. Jai Shri Ram. Agile Rabbit 15. That's going to be hard for me if this name is not registered in the. So let me wait and see if that is a good name. All right, 78. So we have 78 participants here. Joined in. So we give 1 more minute and then we get started. Okay, we give 1 more minute. All right, so let's get started. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's get started. Okay, I'm going to start now. So the first question, this is a practice question. This is a practice question, so most of you would know the answer very much. This is a very simple question. Valmiki wrote Srimath Ramayana in which language? Most of you very well know this one. So you see that So it would take a while for you to get to know the question on the YouTube screen, whereas in your Kahoot app, you would be seeing the 4 colors ready for you to answer. So many of you, some of you have already keyed in the answer even before you know that. But anyway, this is a practice question, so that's okay. So I'll wait for all the 78 answers to come in, because we have 78 people log in into this event, into this evening event. So let me give them a few more minutes.
Ganesh, is there a background music? We could not hear it actually.
Yes, I have not turned on the background music.
Okay.
I'm going to turn it on in the next question. All right, so 69 of you got it right. Yes, this is a practice question, so there is no score. So we will move to the next one. All right, so there is no score. That's why you see everything 0. So this is once again a practice question. So we're going to get this question popping up in your screen quickly. We got 75 answers. We got 75 answers coming up from the users. I'll wait for 4 more seconds to go for this practice question. So remember, yeah, since this is a practice question, once again, we only had 60 seconds. Going forward, these are the real questions coming up for the quiz. So these questions hereafter are going to have 90 seconds for you to answer. So do it patiently. If you know that quick, you can get the highest score. All right, so let's get started. Okay, the first question of the evening. In which place did Bharata do Paduka Pattabhishekam? What is the place? These are really sacred places across North India. So Paduka Pattabhishekam is one of the important happenings in Srimath Ramayana. You all very well know about that. It is impossible to even imagine for anybody to, as a brother, to pick up the Paduka of an elder brother and take it all the way in his head. It's one of the key or important moment in Srimad Ramayana. Everybody thought Bharata would revolt and take up the place of a king, but he did not do that. He kindly went and looked for his elder brother Sri Rama and got his Paduka with all reverence, which is it blew out everybody's heart. This is such an important thing that happened. So I hope most of you, yeah, I can see 42 people got it right. 42 people got it right. Good luck for the remaining. So now let's go to the next one.
Ganesh, we are not able to hear the music when you are on. We're not able to hear it actually.
So should I do anything on my system to turn on?
I think in the Zoom, we need to say that the audio.
Yes. Yeah, I did the share computer sound now. Okay.
Okay.
Now I think you should be. All right. So I'll go. I think you should be able to hear the music now. There we go. So Pamanna is at the highest, 955. Kolahalan, 952. This is the first question. So we have the top 5 scores right now. So we have a long way to go. I'm going to go to the next question of the evening. Who was the guru of Sabari? Sabari is an important character in Srimath Ramayana. Such a beautiful character. She lived very long. Just to honor the word of her guru. So who was guru of Shabari? He's a guru who gave the greatest mantra to Shabari, and the guru said, the meaning of this mantra will come and visit you. So who is that guru who gave that precious mantra to Shabari? That's interesting. I see that there are 71 answers coming in. 35 seconds more. 75 answers. 77. I'll wait for the entire second. I don't know how many new people have joined in into this quiz more. So I will just give them some more time. Got 78 answers, 7 more seconds to go. 79 people have answered. So who was the guru of Shabari? That's great. 34 of you got it right. Yes, it is Madanga Maharishi, the great soul. He is even guru of Bharadwaja and many more rishis across the sacred land of Bharat. Okay, let's go to the next question. Before that, we quickly see the score. Kolahalan is at the top place right now with 1,898 points, followed by Pamanna, Ramnath, Pranav, and Hershey. Let's go to the next question of the evening. This is the third question. Which river flows in Ayodhya? So this is, I think, a very easy question. Most of you know. Just had a historical moment happening in India. That's awesome. I see quick answers coming in from every part of the world. Seventy-four have answered it quickly. We still have 45 seconds. Okay, I'll give few more seconds for the remaining to answer, and then we go to the next one. All rivers across Bharat is a sacred river, and this one is even more sacred because it flows through Ayodhya. So, what is the river name? So, is it Ganga? Is it Sarayu? It is Mandakini, or is it Godavari? Okay, so participants, we have 7 more seconds, 6 more seconds. Let's see. And there we go. That is awesome. So 71 of you got it right. So let's see who took the highest score. And you all know the answer now. So those 8 people who missed it, yes, it is the Sarayu River. Sarayu River flows through Ayodhya. So now let's see who is the score. Who is the top scorer of the evening? We have Ramnath, Pamanna, and Panamna, and then Kolahalan, Harini, Praharshi. These are the top 5 scores for the evening until now. So let's move on. Next question. Who is the oldest in Sugriva's Sena?
There is a feedback to reduce the sound of music.
All right, do that. right, so we have an important, interesting question here. Who is the oldest in Sugriva Sena? I think 77 of you got it answered now. So we have 69 of you got it right. Yes, it is the great Jambavan. Jambavan is the bear, is a Riksharaj. And good luck to the remaining people who got it. Perhaps you got it, missed it out very close. So let's go to the next question. Before that, we'll see the score. So we have Panamna at the top score, Kolahalan following Panamna. Then we have Harini, Parva, and Praharshi. All right, so I'm going to the 7th question of the evening. Who crowned Sri Rama during Pattabhishekam? Interesting thing. Who the Maharishi crowned Sri Rama? Waiting to do this coronation for eons. He was waiting for a very, very long time. He stayed on earth just to do this coronation. He was eagerly waiting for that moment to do coronation to the avatar, the great avatar of Mahavishnu, Sri Rama. So he thought it would happen quickly, but it didn't happen. He has to wait for 14 more years, and Rama has to collect many gems across the world and return back to Ayodhya and then do this Pattabhishekam, the coronation as the king of the world. So we have 9 more seconds to 8 more, 7 more, 6 more, 5 more. Got 80 answers so far. 52 of you got it right. Yes, it is Maharishi Vashishta. Vashishta was waiting for this moment for a very, very long time. He was the Kulaguru of the Surya Vamsa, and he did the Pattabhishekam to Sri Rama. All right, so let's go see the scores right now. All right, so we have Harini taking the top spot at 4,725. So we need to do 2 more, and I'm going to call the 2 more questions, and then I'm going to call one of our panelists here, and then give us a good talk about all these questions and all the feedback about how this event is going on. Okay, so we have the 8th question. Who wrote the Adi Kavyam? Guessed what is Adi Kavyam by now, because it is the first Kavyam that was wrote, and it was written by one of the great Maharishi. Is it Vishwamitra or Vasishta or Valmiki or Parasurama? Who is that great soul who gave us the Adi Kavya, the first Kavyam or the first epic poem to the humanity? Who was that? So we have 30 more seconds, 35 more seconds to.
Ganesh, you can reduce the music. It is quite.
Is it better now?
Yeah, it's better now. They can hear you. People can hear you better.
Okay. So who wrote the Adi Kavyam? Adi Kavyam is the first Kavyam that was ever written. This was written perhaps very, 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 very long back in the ancient time. So who did that? So we have 5 more seconds to do this, to do with this question. Okay, there we go. So it is Valmiki. Yes, Valmiki is also called as the Adi Kavya, and the Adi Kavyam is Ramayanam. Ramayana, Srimath Ramayana is the Adi Kavyam, and 66 participants of the evening got it right. I really appreciate all those who did that. So let's see who is at the top. Harini is still leading the pack of the participants today. So Kolahalan is following, Pamanna, Narasi, and Parva following. All right, so we have seen 8 questions for now. So the next question for the evening, before I call the esteemed panelist, who drove the chariot when Rama went to the forest? Who drove the chariot when Rama went to the forest? Is that Sumantra, or is it Dasharatha? It is Bharat. Is it Bharata, or is it Guha? Who drove the chariot? This moment in Ramayana was the most sad part for many, especially people in Ayodhya, and you all know what happened at that time. So who was the person who drove the chariot with that heavy heart when Rama have to be banished into the forest? So it is amazing to see 73 people answered within 40 seconds. So we have more 35 seconds for this question. So who drove the chariot when Rama went to forest? Sri Rama was banished into the forest, and that was an epic moment in the whole Ramayana. Okay, so we have 64, got it right. It is Sumantra, the minister, the chief minister of the country of Ayodhya. Yes, Sumantra is the person who drove the chariot. It was very heavy for him to do that. Now let me first let me introduce one of our panelists of the evening before we go to the next question. I first invite esteemed panelist Srimati Anandi ji from Singapore. Anandi ji, inspired by listening to Sri Ranganji's Ramayana Pravachanam, she is great fan for Ramayana, and she has been traveling with Ramayana for a very long time. So as an adherent student, she also submitted a paper on Sri Rama's trail following sage Vishwamitra as described by Valmiki Maharishi. So this was the time when Maharishi came into Ayodhya and took Rama and Lakshmana. So Anandi ji followed that track. So this trail is called Rama Anuyatra, following the path of Guru. So as a great Guru, Vishwamitra took Rama and Lakshmana to different places. It is Anandi ji also went through the entire trail following the footsteps of Sri Rama and Lakshmana and Vishwamitra. So she did this under the guidance of Sri V. Prabhakar ji, who spearheads the Ramayana Forum. She had also the blessed opportunity to embark on a pilgrimage to Rama Anuyatra in 2014. Also Ramayana related places in Sri Lanka to complete the Rama Anuyatra. So this is we have a great panelist here with us this evening. Without further ado, I invite Anandi ji to give the audience and the participants your talk. I'll stop the sharing for now.
Namaste, everybody.
Anandi ji, we are unable to hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Your voice is feeble. Maybe you need to increase the mic. I think it's better. Can you please speak now? Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram. Sita Ram.
Yes, we are able to hear you now.
Okay. Namaste, everybody. Very happy to see all of you here in the Ramayana quiz. Manish, you are doing a great job.
Again, your voice is feeble. Can you please speak louder?
Manish, you are doing a great job in conducting this Ramayana quiz. And I thank the opportunity given to me from the Hindu Center Ramayana quiz program. I'm very happy to see the enthusiasm of the participants in answering the questions from Ramayana. It's really very touching to see tough questions like Jambavan question. So many people have answered. I just saw 69 people have answered, which is very, very tough question according to me. The oldest Vanara in Sugriva's court. Okay, now coming to that, questions what they have done. I would like to share regarding few questions, my views on that questions. The first question, Bharat, which place Bharata did Paduka Pattabhishekam? I'm very happy to say that as part of the Ramayana tour, I had the blessed opportunity to visit Nandigramam, which is 20 kilometers south of Ayodhya. From Chitrakutam, Bharata collected the Padukas and came to Ayodhya, and he decided that he will also be like a Rama, like a Vanavasi. He will stay there outside the kingdom, and he installed the Rama Padukas on the throne and did Pattabhishekam. And as a servant of the Padukas, he conducted the official governing business of Koshala kingdom. So there's a very greatness of Bharata. So Bharata is, when you think of Bharata, you remember the Paduka Pattabhishekam as the key event. And he waited for Rama to return back after 14 years in Nandigramam itself, and then took Rama to Ayodhya and completed Rama's Pattabhishekam. The next question, who was the guru of Shabari? Matanga Rishi. Actually, Shabari is a very old tribal party, an old lady, who did service without expecting anything to Matanga Rishi. So when Matanga Rishi saw her Guru Bhakti, he blessed her that to wait there until Rama comes one day. And every day she was waiting for Rama, and she was preparing as if Rama is going to come that day. And when Rama came, she served Rama Atiti Sarkara.
Anandi ji, can you please check whether your jack is connected properly into your computer? The voice is going up and down, and you can keep your mic as close as possible.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, much better.
Okay, thank you. So that is the Sabari. Sabari's guru is Matanga Rishi. Okay, which river flows in Ayodhya? Many of you have written. I think 71 of you have written Sarayu as right. Very nice, very good. And the next one, I thought it will be the difficult question, but you all surprised us. Who is the oldest in Sugriva's Vanar Sainyam? And Jambavan. Okay, Jambavan is so old that he is telling in Kishkinda Kantam, when he is trying to convince, when he is discussing with the Vanaras who will cross the ocean to see, to look for Sita in Lanka, he is telling that when I was young, during the Tiruvikrama Avataram, Vamana Avataram, when Bhagavan took the Tiruvikrama Rupam, Ongi Ulakalanda Rupam, Jambavan did Pradakshinam around such a Rupam of Tiruvikrama Swami. That means you just imagine the previous Yuga, he has done that. And in Rama's time, he was there. And in Mahabharatam, he is the father of Jambavati. So he is the very, very long living, wise, and what to say, like a Siranjeevi type of a thing, Jambavan. And Jambavan, though he is a bear, he is considered as the key Vanar Sainya person in the Sugriva's thing. He's like an advisory panel of Sugriva. And he is the one who identified Hanuman's strength, that Hanuman can do this job, and talk to Hanuman that he can do that. And then he discussed with Angada that Hanuman can go and come back. So it's very nice that many of you seem to know about Jambavan. Good. Congratulations to all the people who have answered. For the others, yes, it's very interesting to read about Jambavan. And the next question, who crowned Sri Rama during Pattabhishekam? Surprised. People have written Vishwamitra also. Actually, Vasishta is the Rishi who has done the Pattabhishekam, on whose leadership the Pattabhishekam was conducted, and who is the one who did the Pattabhishekam to Rama. Vishwamitra Maharishi is a very, very key person in Ramayana. In Balakandam, he comes and takes Rama when Rama was 12 years, along with him to the forest for Tataka Avadam, and then he also instructs or advises Rama with many astra sastra prayogas, that is to prepare him for the later event of Ravanavadam. Right, that time itself he prepares him with all the astra sastra prayogas, and then he is the key person who takes Rama to Mithila and for the Sita Vivaha ceremony. Okay, but after Sita Vivaham, Vishwamitra goes away from the scene. He has not come back till till Rama Pattabhishekam. He is not even coming back for Rama Pattabhishekam. So Vasishta is the Kula Guru of Surya Vamsa, Guru of Dasharatha, who was supposed to do the Abhishekam for Rama on the original proposed day, but waited for, as Ganesh told, 14 years he waited after the Vanavasa and he did the Pattabhishekam. Okay. Then the next question is very simple. Many of you have answered Adi Kavyam. Yes, after the Vedas, the first Kavyam in our Sanatana Dharma is Ramayana, written by Valmiki, and that too by the instruction of, or by the order of Brahma himself comes and tells Valmiki Maharishi that please write Ramayana, and he blesses that as far as the world, the mountains are there, the seas are there, Ramayana will exist. So with the divine blessing and with the divine sakshu, we say the divine vision, Vasishta writes Ramayana. Then the last question, I think most of you answered, Sumantra, who has drove Rama to the forest. So very nice. Please keep reading Ramayana and participate in all the possible Ramayana quizzes, and it will give you a very good insight of dharmic values. Thank you very much. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to participate in this Ramayana quiz. I'm thoroughly enjoying the way it's being answered and the way the enthusiastic participation of the kids. Thank you, everybody. I thank Hindu Center for administration.
Thank you, Anandiji, for all the blessings. And it's really very nice to hear from a learned person about Srimath Ramayana and the journey of all these questions. How
I'm just a student. I thank VPG for really exposing us to the Ramayana in detail.
Yes. Thank you. All right, children, I'm going to share my screen now, and we're going to go through the remaining questions of the evening before I invite the next panelist here. All right, so you're ready? Are you able to see my screen? I'm not going to have the music. I'm going to have just the questions here. All right, so until now, Harini is on the top with 6,630 points. Kolahalan following, Narasi, Ramnath, and Parashi on the third, fourth, and fifth place. All right, let's go to the next question of the evening. This is the 10th question. Who sent the chariot for Rama to use during the war with Ravana? It's an important event that happened during the Rama-Ravana war. The war with Ravana is not easy because Rama is having an army of apes or monkeys, vanaras, and they are frugal. They're not organized army. And but Ravana is a very well organized military strategist. So it's very difficult for Rama to fight against Ravana. So there was a special chariot that came from somewhere and offered to Rama for this fight. And it was, who was that who gave that chariot to Rama to help this great fight between the good and the evil? So it's a great question here, and most of you would be, I see 73 people already have answered. We still have 15 more seconds to complete this one. So I'm eagerly waiting for a few more seconds there. Is it Lord Shiva? Is it Brahma or Indra or Vayu? Who gave that chariot? All right, there we go. So the correct answer is Indra. Indra gives his chariot. This comes from the heaven. We don't know whether it is from a different planet or a different realm of universe. We don't know. So that's how it happened. So it's the mystical universe, what we live in. All right, so let's go see the score. So Harini is still at the top. Narsi picked up to the top place now at the second. Ramnath is at the third place. Kolahalan, Parashi following it. All right, next question, 11. Who set fire to Lanka? This is an important event again in the Ramayana, the Yuddha Kanda. We have this event coming up. No, it's in the, sorry, it is in the Sundara Kanda where this happens. It is really pathetic to see how they misbehaved, how the Rakshasas misbehaved with who set fire to Lanka. So we all know who set it. I think that's the important thing, but they really did a very bad thing to this person, and he had to go put them all on a fire. So who really did that? We have 80 answers coming in. I think most of you got it right, maybe. Yes, I see 76 got it right. Yes, it is Hanuman. It is really a very sad scene, like how they ridiculed and the entire the evil people in evil beings in Lanka. They misbehaved with Hanuman a lot, and then criticized him, behaved with him badly, and then finally set the fire on his tail. So, and you all know what happened after that. Anyway, so now let's see the score. So Harini is on the top, followed by Ramnath, Narsi, Kolahalan, and Prashi. Let's go to the next question. I'm moving fast. Who taught archery to Dasharatha's son? Archery. Dhanurdhar. Who taught archery? Is it Parshurama? Is it Valmiki? Is it Vashishta? Is it Vishwamitra? All these are great souls who lived during that time. And Dasharatha was a king of Ayodhya. And how is a really tricky question here. So who really taught and trained these sons of Dasharatha? So I hope you all guessed who is Dasharatha, who are sons of Dasharatha, and then I hope you got the answer right. So this comes from the Balakanda of Srimad Ramayana. So we have 30 more seconds, and I already see 77 people answering. This is awesome. This is really quick response coming up from the team. So we have 8 more seconds. 2 more, 1 more, and there we go. The answer is Vashishta. Vashishta taught the archery, and it was Vishwamitra who gave those special weapons on top of the archery skills that Vashishta thought. So 47 of you got it right. 27 of you, I think this question confused you. So you missed it a little bit. That's okay. So it's a learning journey for all of us. All right, next question. So before that, yeah, this is the score. Harini is on the top. Well done, Harini. So let's go to the next one. This is the 13th question. In which Tithi Sri Rama was born? This is a tricky question, really tricky question. So I hope you all know the Tithis we have. The Tithi is the phases of the moon. We have 14 Tithis on the waxing and the waning phase. So these are the lunar calendar is following that. We in our tradition follow both solar calendar as well the lunar calendar along with the nakshatra and the other aspects. So all the five angas we follow in our tradition. So lunar, solar, nakshatra, and then there are yoga and karna. So all these form the pancha anka. So Tithi is following the lunar, and the question here is, in which Tithi Sri Rama was born? Was it Saptami or Ashtami or Navami or a Dasami? Saptami is 7, Ashtami is 8th moon, Navami is 9th, and Dasami is 10th. So it's a tricky question. You must be aware about our culture very much to really understand and answer this question. Let's see how many people really does this one. So on the 7th moon and the 7th Tithi. Okay, there we go. 66 got it right. Yes, it is Navami. Navami is a 9th moon or the 9th phase of the moon going around the earth. Let's see the score. Harini is doing great. She has 10,444. Narsi, Praharshi, Prava, and Shreyas did the good job. Shreyas has come up. Let's see the next question. Who welcomed Sri Rama and Lakshmana when they reached Sringiberapuram? Sringiberapuram. Is it Sugriva? Is it Gayan? Or is it Guhan? Or Pratinjayan? It's an interesting question. So you must be knowing where this Sringiberapuram is, and you must be also knowing at what phase of Sri Rama's life they have to go to this place. These are interesting characters. Sugriva is a Vanara. He was banished by his brother Vali into the forest, and Gayan, Praptinjayan, and Guhan. These are all important, interesting characters in. So I see 69 people answering it, 71 now. We have 24 more seconds. Twelve more seconds. 76 of you already answered, and it's going to be very close. This question is going to define, I think, the top scorers of the day. Yes, 55 of you got it right. Sringiberapuram is a place where Sri Rama and Lakshmana met Guhan. Guhan is an important character. Guhanudan Aivaranum என்று there's a great saying in Tamil by the great poet who wrote that. So the Guhan becomes the 5th brother of Sri Rama. Brothers, they form 5th brothers. So now let's go to the next one. Harini, Narsi, Praharshi, Prava, and Shreyas are leading the scores today. All right, next go. Next question. Who helped Samudra Raja? Whose help Samudra Raja asked Rama to build the Setu across the ocean? Samudra Raja is the ocean, the king of ocean, asked Rama to seek help from somebody to start building the bridge. So who did that? To whom did Rama ask this help? So Samudra Raja instructed Rama to go ask the help from him. So who was that person? Is that Hanuman? Is that Jambavan? Is that Angada or Nalan? Who is the that person who has that special power or special blessing that would help Sri Rama to construct the bridge? Remember, these are Vanaras, and these are not, they have the human ability to rationally think, that they have the cognition of a human or a Homo sapien, but these are still not, they're not in the human form. They're still in a bear form or in a monkey or in an ape form. So these are different. It is a different point of time in the human evolution when this happened. And yes, there we go. So 57 of you got it right. Yes, Nalan is one of the Vanara in the great army of Sugriva, who helped Rama to do this bridge. Basically, he has that boon to go put the stone, and the stone would float if Nalan would do that. So he had a special blessing. So 57 of you got it right. Congratulations. Now the last question of the. Oh yeah, right. So I'm going to look at the scores. Praharshi is leading the pack. We have Praharshi, Shreyas, Sri Sai Shri, and Bala are the top 5 places. All right, now we are coming to the last question of the evening. Whom did Sugriva send to pacify Lakshmana's anger in Kishkinta? It's a very specific question. It's a very important question as well. Lakshmana's anger was at its peak when he did not get that help that he was expecting from Sugriva, because Sugriva, after a long time in the forest, living alone, away from his family, met his family again, and something happened to him that he really forgot, or maybe he was in a different world after rejoining with his family. So Lakshmana thought that he didn't help Rama back, so he really got angry. So how was his anger brought down, and who really did that? So this is an interesting question. Is it Ruma, or is it Angada, or Hanuman, or Tara? Who did that pacification to reduce or subdue the anger of Lakshmana? So we have 74 answers coming in, and there are 13 more seconds. 77 answers come in. Really, this is once again, another defining question of the evening. Sometimes anger has to be managed, and it was Tara who did that. Yes, 37 of you got it right, and it was the intelligence of Hanuman who did this great thing. So Hanuman knew that the anger of Lakshmana would not be a good thing for Sugriva to bear. So he tactfully sent Tara to pacify. All right, so we have come to the last question of the evening. So before I go to the answer, to the final results and show you the results, who did how, I'm going to now invite our the esteemed panelist of the evening. So I'm going to invite Girish Ji. So give me a second. I'm going to share my screen and introduce you, Sri Girish Jayaraman. He's one of our esteemed panelists of the evening. Girish Ji is living in Singapore. He is an IT professional and he's member of Sri Krishna Premi Swamigal Satsangam or Brahma Sabha in Singapore. he's really passionate about Ramayanam, especially Sundarakandam. He always does the Sundarakandam Parayanam several times in a year. He's learning Ramayanam and Bhagavatam regularly from Sri Umapati, the disciple of late Srikant Sharma. So we are really honored to have Girish ji here on this panel, and I really thank his time here. And over to you, Girish Anna. Please address our participants.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity, and just want to tell you before he gave you thanks, Ganesh, you have given me a good introduction about me, but I'm still a learner and a beginner as far as Srimad Bhagavatam and Srimad Ramayanam are concerned, because it's an ocean and it's a sagaram where I'm just not even a dot I am able to reach. So hopefully I'll be able to get more inside as earlier, as much as possible before the end of my life. That's my objective right now. And I just want to share few inputs. I'm very happy to see that so many people, more than hundreds of participants who were able to participate more actively, especially the children, to get into this Ramayana quiz forum. And and I am also very much honored by our satsanga, Krishna Premi Satsanga, and also by the Hindu Center for inviting me into this as a panelist. And I would like to say few things. I'm going through this questionnaire instead of giving me, because Ramayana is a ocean. So if I start somewhere, if the end will not be done within 5 or 10 minutes. So I would like to add few points on the questions that were done from question number 8 to question number 14, which will give some additional inputs to the children, and also it will help them to have a good career path in their lifetime. Okay, just I will start with that. The first one which was started was with the chariot, who gave the chariot to Rama. Actually, when the fight happened, that is between Ravana and Rama, when the war was going on, actually he was sitting on the shoulder of Hanuman and then he was fighting. That was the greatest thing which we were also, even I was imagining how it will be, because without any weapon, the other side is having so much of weapons, but this side is not having that much, but still they fought so much, and it took 18 days for them to get the victory. And within that, you might be knowing that there is something called Aditya Hritayam, which is a sloka, which is a namaskar or prayer that is done to Surya Bhagavan, and it was actually advised and given by Agastya Maharishi to Rama, and who Rama then again prayed to Surya Bhagavan, and then he started the war with Ravana at the last stage. And before that, this chariot was given by Indra, and he has given the chariot along with the charioteer called Mathari. And this person is actually because whenever a war happens, you need persons who have better techniques as far as the ratha is being, the way it is handled and the horse is being handled, all this. And he is such a great warrior, and who is a charioteer, and he is also given along with that chariot. That's the one which I want to give you an input. Then it's my favorite topic, which is related with who set the fire to Lanka. So in this case, if you look at Lanka Dahanam, so if you look at the Lanka Dahanam, first thing is everybody knows that Hanuman only put the fire on every places. But before that, actually they put the fire on his pucha, that is the tail. And then after that, he was taken around the entire Lanka to see. And when he was taken around the entire Lanka, he was able to see what is outside, how is the structure of this Lanka, and what is that in a daylight he is able to see everything and grasp. That is what we should understand. What I am trying to say here is, for children, you should have a perfect planning and your mind should be more focused and sharp. This you can see from the character of Hanuman, which is impossible to see anywhere else. Okay, so when he goes inside, he is seeing each and every place. He makes it in his memory card, and then he is able to use that during the time of war. Okay, that's one more thing. Another thing you should find that when he goes, he makes the fire on all the places except one place, which you might be aware that's related with Vibhishana. Because in that, the Valmiki writes very clearly, the house is the only one which was perfect in all aspects. And on looking at it, he thinks that this is one of the saints' place, which should not be touched. And he never even touched that, and in spite of the Lanka being completely being put on fire. Then the other important thing which I want all the children to know, one thing, anger is not a good one at any point of time. No, don't ever show anger to any person at any point of time, including your parents. Because normally children at the adolescent age of between 12 and 16 or 17, they'll be very angry with their parents and they think that the parents are the enemies. But please take them, respect your parents and do all. Because there is a next sarga which talks about Hanumat Trasa. It was very clearly mentioned that Hanuman, he feels very sad that in spite of, because of the anger, he was putting the fire everywhere, and he was not sure whether Sita is alive or not, Sita Devi is alive or not. So he feels that angry is the one which should not be at any point of time be with a person, which will be the entire mission. Had Sita also burned, then the entire mission is closed, nothing else to do. So please don't do any anger to anyone. Even Hanuman feels for it. And then after that, when Chitta Charanas, when they go and they say that Sita is alive and it is a fantastic, marvelous one, though entire Lanka is being put on burning, that place Ashokavana has not been, he was in proper place. So that's actually you should take note of, and you should never be angry with any person. This is the one which I would like to give you some input. Okay, and also the planning you should always have in your mind. That is, the focus should be very clear. When you are studying, you should focus much more on the studies. When you are in the games or when you are playing, you should put 100% effort on your playing. Okay, that is very important. And you can see that only from the character called Hanuman, which you never see anywhere else. Okay, including that you should not be very much sad. You should always motivate yourself, and you should also, that's why it's called Dhridihi, Drishtihi, Madihi, Daksham Chakarmus Nasitadi. Where nobody else in the world who is having that much knowledge. Okay, so please take note of that part. Okay, and take Hanuman as the guide for you for all. And then next one is, it is talking about the archery who has given to Dasarada's sons. Actually, we can even say that Vishwamitra, a lot of people have also put the name as Vishwamitra apart from Vasishta. It is actually a confusing question. Even I got confused initially. The reason for that is the basic archery was taught only by Vasishta. There is no doubt on it. But there is an additional thing. Lot of astras were given by Vishwamitra when he took Rama to take care of to kill those Rakshasas. For that, when he took Rama, he gave those astras, which were also kept by Rama and used during the time of Ravanavadha. Okay, so I understand people made some mistake, but take note that lot of astras are given by Vishwamitra when he took Rama along with him. Okay, that you should take note. Then, as far as Tithi is concerned, it is a Navami Tithi and also Punarvasu Nakshatra, all these things that everybody might be knowing it. And there is no, that is the day on which everyone has born, and the details are available in very detailed length everywhere. Even if you Google it, you will be able to find that. Okay, then who welcomed Rama and Lakshmana and Singhaberipuram? Puram means it is actually a town or a city or a town, which is where more people are living. So it is like Kanchipuram, Kashipuram, like that. It is actually one of the places where Guha, who is actually a fisherman or a boatman, Nauka, who take the boat to the other side, and he is the chief of it. And he was, so even he explains, when I accidentally before this discussion, I was looking into the Ramayana book, and I found that when Sita was taken by Rama in the Pushpaga Vimana to going back to Nandigramam, at that time he was showing about Singaberipuram and says that this is the place where I met Guha. And that was very, very much interesting to note. Please take note of this. Okay. And then about Samudra Raja and the conversation with Rama, I would like to add just few more sentences on this. Okay. Just you should know the answer. Everybody knows that it is actually a Nalan who has constructed this. Just give some additional input to this. Who is Nala? Nala is the son of Vishwakarma, who is Vishwakarma is everywhere where whatever you see, people will say in all Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, everywhere they will say it was constructed by Vishwakarma. That's what everywhere it is said. So who is Vishwakarma? He is the greatest architect who can plan perfectly and then make a structural design in such a classical way. And when he gave, when his wife gave birth to birth of Nalan, that time he told very clearly that Nalan will be remembered by the entire world, and he will be he will be like great architect like Vishwakarma. So the same thing, that's the reason Nala was the person who was appointed. When he was appointed, actually I can say that Samudra Raja was very happy on that, and then he vanished from that place. But I just want to give some few additional points. That is how much time and what is the width and breadth of the bridge that was constructed in Ramasetu. And actually you can say that you just go and Google it, or later after this, you can find that between Sri Lanka and India, there is a bridge called Adams Bridge. So which has been identified by Sir Adams. So that's why they name it as Adams Bridge. But this bridge is right now no more, but still we can find some of the traces of it, as it was actually under the sea, went under the sea 400 years back, just 400 years back, though it happened in Ramayana, which was in Treta Yuga. So please take note of that. Okay. And just want to tell you, this is actually 100 yojanas. That's the length of that bridge. And actually the width of the bridge is it is 10 yojanas. And actually it was constructed in 5 days. Just to give you an input, first day they constructed only 14 yojanas. Second day they constructed 20 yojanas. Third day 21. Fourth day 22. Fifth day 23. If you count all together, it will become 100 yojanas that has been constructed on it. And as per my Googling, I found that 1 yojana is equal to 8 miles or 12 kilometers. But when I look at the graph, or when you go through the geographical map between Sri Lanka, between Rameswaram and Trikonamali, I find that it is not that much a far off distance, but actually we are not very sure on what is that yojana that has been mentioned in Ramayana. Because if you look at 12 kilometers, then if you multiply by 100 yojanas, it should be 1,200 kilometers. But actually it's not that much distance. But just take note that it is 100 yojanas. 1 yojana, how much? There is a difference in the thought process of how much it is. Okay, just take note of that. And then whom did Sugriva send to pacify Lakshmana's anger? This everybody knows, that's Tara. But just to give you one additional input, the most intelligent lady is, as per Valmiki, is Tara. Just because she can calculate before even something happens. She can predict things. And before Wali went for the war for the second time, she just told Wali, hey, just look at it. Just half a day before Sugriva came, you fought with him, you just beaten him like anything. But after that, again, he is coming and asking you, why you please come for the war. That means it's very clear that there is something behind it. Some game plan is there, which they are not aware. But Tara told Wali that there is a problem, please take note of. So, but Wali ignored it and it went. So that's Ramayana. So just note that Tara is actually such an intelligent lady. That's why, though she was also drunk along with Sugriva and Ruma, but she actually made herself more clear, and she came and then spoke to Lakshmana. Being an intelligent lady, she can pacify Lakshmana very well, because the anger of Lakshmana was actually, it's so much, but it is practically correct, because when you give some commitment to an individual, you should follow that. If you are not following, nobody will like it. So that's the reason they sent Tara. Ruma is actually the wife of Sugriva. So these are my additional points which I thought I can share with all of you. And sometimes it may not be so, I might have taken more time to give more explanation on this, which how people like, I don't know. But thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and request all the young kids. The moral of the story is, have more focus on your studies, more focus, and learn more. Even in Sanskrit, learn more in Sanskrit, and learn more on music, and also take diversified learning, and then be happy, respectful to the parents and also to all, and also control your anger. That's what I would like to say. And thank you very much for Krishna Premi Satsang, and also the Hindu for giving me this Hindu Center for giving me this opportunity to talk. Thank you very much. Thanks. Thanks, Ganesh.
Thank you, Girishi. It was a very good explanation. The finer aspects of Ramayana that you have gathered over years, you were able to share that with us. Really, thank you for sharing all those interesting insights. So I'm sure that the team here is waiting for the final results of the evening. So I'm going to share my screen in a minute and then show you the top results. I'm going to show the top 5 and then going to show the entire scorecard for a minute. So just bear with me. I'm going to share my screen. All right. So I'm going to view the podium. There we go. So the third place is Dhruva. Second place is Bala, and first place of the evening is Shreyas, JS, Shreyas. So he secured 13,074 points, and runners up is all of these got 16 out of 16, but maybe there was a delay in the timing, and that's how it happens. So there is 12,000 points. Then there's a 12. I think all of these answered all the 16 questions, but they, I think he got 13 right or so. So let's see that detailed thing here. So I'm going to now go to the replay animation. All right, so let's see this one. So I'm going to show the full report and all the people here. So there we go. So these are the scores. So Shreyas is on the top, Bala second, Dhruva, Harini finished up 4th place. She secured, I think she got few wrong there. Of course, we have others. So you can quickly see your score here. So Narsi, Prashi, Prava, Vila Shani, Shavi, Sri Sai, Anand, Aditya Anand, Krishna, Shreyas 14, Narayanan, Akshit, Ramnath, Kolahalan, 16th place, Rashmika Anand at 17th place, secured 88 points. So I'll move on. Anu got 80, is at 18th place, 94, right? Dharma, Vitur, Raja, Raghuram, Chudamani, Anvita, Sai Tejasvi, 25, place 81, right? The final score is here, so you can get that. We'll read more. Manya, 37 ranks, we got 75%. Then we have others, Sudiksha, so on. So Rudy Kohli, 8,000 points, 46th rank. So let's scroll down. So we have many more. Smeda. So I'll upload this spreadsheet and send it in the email to you, so you can see your scores as well. Okay, so these are the scores for the evening. So on the whole, we had around 100 players who joined in today. So we have total of 100 players, participants who signed in. I hope some of you had some issues with the Kahoot app, and unfortunately we can't help anything this time. So with this, we come to the end of this program, and I'm going to, it's my pleasure to be part of this journey with all the people here. So I thank the team to give me the Hindu Center and the Krishna Premi Swamigal Satsangam, which is Brahma Sabha in Singapore, to give me this opportunity. There are many people who worked behind the scenes to make this possible. So we have Sadashivji from Hindu Center, Umaji from Hindu Center. We have many more people from Hindu Center helping us as well. On the other side, we have Ramanji as part of our Krishna Premi Swamigal Satsangam, who helped us in preparing these questions. Raman Ponnapanji, so he was helping us. He helped us in preparing these questions. So I thank Raman Ponnapanji. So also I thank Rama Subramaniam, who is a president of our Krishna Premi Swamigal Satsangam. So he's an important person who helped us drive through this whole event and make this as a good success. So with this, I finish my thing and I hand it over to Sadashivanji. Thank you.
Thank you, Ganeshji, for an excellently conducted quiz, and quite an exciting one. Maybe I would have definitely not been among the winners, I can tell you that this evening. So whoever are the winners, my congratulations for a great job and for your enthusiastic participation. My thanks also to not only Ganeshji, but also to Girishji and Anandiji for having given your valuable comments, and there were so many interesting points you made, which are all, I think, a great learning for all of us this evening, not just the children. But children, you've been the stars of this evening, and so to you, our very, very special thanks. You've really come out in numbers, and from all across the world, there are so many of you, and this has been such a pleasure. I have a few slides to sort of share with you all before we close the session. So let me share a few slides. This is about tomorrow's program. Give me a second, please. Okay, there it is. Okay, thank you for your strong support so far for the festival events. But please be reminded that the recordings of every single festival event is available at the Hindu Center's YouTube and Facebook sites. Now, coming up tomorrow, the 10th and final day of this inaugural festival of Hinduism, are some events, again, each special in its own way. First, at 2 p.m., will be another children's competition, and I hope some of you are going to be participating in that. This is going to be the storytelling competition where the winning performances of those children who participated in 3 age categories will be broadcast. Now, each participating child in the competition who enacted the role they chose of one great historical personality who was a supreme devotee of the Lord. And so you will all see some great performances, so do join that session. But for those who may not have been the winners of those, do not worry. Your performance will still be available on the Hindu Center YouTube and Facebook pages because they've all been recorded and they're going to be put there. So take heart, and I'm sure parents would love to see their performance of their children on the YouTube site. So that is as far as the 2 o'clock Singapore time storytelling session that's going to happen. Then coming next at 4:30 p.m. tomorrow will be the penultimate session of the festival. And guess what? It is going to be about Hindu festivals, which are described actually as a bouquet of devotion and fun. So join Hindu Center's Ms. Anuradha and Ms. Sita Lakshmi on a journey to hear about and see some of our most important and interesting Hindu festivals. Now, after that, the finale of the whole festival will be at 7 o'clock and is titled Ask Me Anything on Hinduism. In line with the title, it is going to be an open session where you're all invited to ask questions, any question that you may have, whether you're a Hindu or of any other faith. So if you have any friends who are non-Hindus and have asked you questions about Hinduism that you found difficult to answer, to find answers for, tomorrow is your best chance to either ask those questions yourself or encourage your friend to dial in and ask his or her questions directly to the very knowledgeable panel we have put together. It's comprising Mr. Ravindran, who gave us a flying start on the first day of this festival, Mr. Anand Chandrasekhar, and Ms. Soundarya. And this panel will be moderated by none other than Hindu Center's own Dr. Uma Natarajan, who will be the key person of sharing the questions and her viewpoints also in the Ask Me Anything session. Now, subsequent to that will be the, we will ring down the curtain on this first ever Singapore Festival of Hinduism with addresses from the High Commissioner of Singapore, High Commissioner of India in Singapore, His Excellency Mr. P. Kumaran, followed by an address by the head of Ramakrishna Mission in Singapore, Swami Samachittananda. Now, do remember, as I said, that the recording of every single event happening at SFH 2020 will be available at the Hindu Center's YouTube and Facebook pages. Now, moving on, if you want to be informed about the Hindu Center's activities, then do sign up for our WhatsApp at Hindu Singapore, WhatsApp at Hindu Center Singapore, WhatsApp broadcast group, and you will receive timely notices of the events that are taking place. Now, please note, this is not a WhatsApp group, which means your numbers will not be shared with anyone else. It's a broadcast group, and therefore only the Hindu Center has your number. And it also means that we will not be sending you messages every day. That's not what this group does. We usually, maybe once in a week or a couple of times at most in a week, you may get notices about whatever programs are being conducted in Hindu Center. So do consider signing up for this WhatsApp at Singapore group. All you have to do is this, to this number, note it down, take a snapshot, and then you can just write join, and please put in your name and your email address too, because sometimes we get a number requesting to join without even a name. Then we have some difficulty in sort of identifying. So it's important from various reasons for you to please share your name. And then I move on further to our next small slide. As you know, this Festival of Hinduism is organized with the Hindu Center Singapore. And the Hindu Center is a registered charity which was formed in 1978 to promote greater awareness of Hinduism as well as to raise knowledge of our Vedic scriptures, practices, and heritage. Now, our center's activities are based on 3 pillars: the pillar of jnana or knowledge, bhakti or devotion, and seva or service. As you can see on the slide, every pillar supports a range of activities like teaching adults and children, bhajans, devotional hymns, prayers, mass chanting, and also services offered in terms of prison counseling at the Singapore Changi prisons, and also support to old age home people who are in old age homes. Also, we have something called the Chakra program for young offenders. So we have a whole range of activities. And it would interest you to know that in 2019 alone, the total number of beneficiary hours that Hindu Center managed to put together exceeded 25,000 man hours. And these were spent in the old age homes, Vedanta classes, yoga, children's programs, bhakti events, and such like, all that you're seeing on that slide. Now, for doing all of this, obviously, some resources are required, and the resources are both in kind and in cash. And so any generous support that you can provide will be able to help us in delivering much more over the years. So please do consider being generous in terms of whatever you can give. Also, you can offer your services by way of volunteering. Please go to the Hindu Center website, and you can see there that there are options where you can indicate whether you would like to become a volunteer. And also, you could offer to donate whatever you can. We prefer if you could give us a regular, periodic, small donation, or alternatively, even a one-off, donation will be equally welcome. There is a QR code there in the slide. You could take a photograph of that if you'd like now. Now, with that, we come to the close of this evening session and the 9th day of the 10-day festival. We are also delighted to have you, viewers and participants, especially the children, for this competition. And with that, I will take leave from all of you. Please wait for the closing prayers, and after that, we will shut down the transmission.
ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु, सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु, सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु, सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु, सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।